We're all so busy living our lives. And then suddenly something cuts through that, something often very unexpected.
Paediatric trauma call, 15 minutes.
A 71-year-old female with 2 stab wounds to the back.
He was found to be in traumatic cardiac arrest.
I can't feel any pulses. We're at St George's Hospital in Tooting.
Yeah, 24 hours, 7 days a week. I love that question. What's your opening hours?
St George's, London. One of Britain's busiest A&E departments, under more pressure than ever.
So do you want to watch, darling, or do you want to look away?
This is the worst day ever. You never know what's coming in, and you just have to be ready for anything.
Gas canisters exploded, 15% burns to hands, face.
In a world of uncertainty, we see a life-changing event.
I'm A&E, I need her to get out of here, please.
When patients come in, something takes over.
I'll be fine. I'm going to be very fine.
A place where life,
Give me an A, give me an E.
love,
Okay, good lad, well done.
and loss unfold every single day.
Did you enjoy the Queen's birthday yesterday?
I watched the football.
All the patients you're about to see were treated in just one 24-hour period.
Don't worry.
We get to see people who love one another in loads of different ways. Yes. And I think you can give someone the best care in the world, but really what they want is to hold the hand of the person that they love and for them to tell them that they're going to be okay.
You're my hero.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to hold him. I don't think we have very much option, do we? Can you hold his leg?
What do you like with needles?
I'm so scared of needles. I nearly fainted the last time someone tried to take my blood. I'm a bit of a wimp.
In resus today is junior doctor Jess.
Am I calm enough?
You are fine.
Okay.
There are people that like,
Flap.
but yeah, you're not one of them. Bit like a, what's it called? When
bit
you're a
of a duck.
swan. Yeah.
I prefer to be a swan. Still a junior doctor. Probably will be a junior doctor for another 7 or 8 years. Getting to the stage in my training where I feel like I'm ready to flex my muscles a little bit. And just knowing that there's someone there to back you up if you need it is really reassuring. Just put another line in her bad arm. Not ideal, but it's the only place I could get a line in.
Shall I try and help you out?
A&E is such a solid team. We look after one another. Because you never know what can walk through the door.
Pop your hand into a mincer.
Oh, that makes my bum go funny.
St George's. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Okay, adult or pediatric?
A 71-year-old woman is being rushed to hospital after being knocked down and run over by her husband.
Adult female trauma call, 5 minutes.
We see a lot of serious injuries from road traffic accidents, as serious as it gets. You don't know what type of car, you know what speed, you don't know how frail that person was before they got struck. But it's always just better to prepare for major trauma, big injuries that could be life-threatening.
The woman's husband is on his way to St George's with their daughter.
We were driving to my daughter's, looking forward to seeing Jane and the grandson. Mel got out to direct me to park, and she was sort of leaning in front of the car saying, "Oh, you come more. And I don't know really what happened after that. The car seemed to roll on and she was pulled under. It was just one awful panic. Mel was in the gutter. She wasn't breathing properly. And I'm afraid I didn't cope very well with that.
Okay, this is Mel. Mel is 71 years old. She was stood in front of her husband's automatic car. Her husband had gone into it at quite low speed, but has gone over her right side. She has pain to the thoracic spinal area, hip pain, femur pain, tibia and ankle. There's some quite obvious bruising and swelling all the way down the leg. She's also got an obvious right arm injury.
Okay, all right.
Hello, I'm Jess. I'm one of the doctors. I'm going to be looking after you, my lovely. Out of 10, how much pain are you in at the moment? So it's quite bad pain. And where's the worst pain at the moment? Okay. And the back, okay. We might give you a little bit of morphine just to help with the pain. We're going to get you around for a scan so we can check what injuries you have.
Doctors must now carry out a CT scan to find out whether Mel has any internal injuries.
If they've been run over by a car, be worried about chest trauma, pelvic and long bone injuries, major organ damage, abdominal injuries.
On move, ready, brace, move. So, my lovely, you're going to be going through the scan. It's going to be a couple of minutes and then you're done, okay? Oh, is that real 69 or 46? Can we just go and have a quick feel of a pulse? Is that okay? Are you okay, my lovely? Are you feeling dizzy? She got a radial pulse on that side.
Mel's blood pressure has dropped to a dangerous level.
Wait a second. Is she feeling dizzy? She's alert, isn't she?
Go, man.
We're just waiting for this blood pressure to come up. No, it's genuinely 60. I think we should get the consultant here for a second.
If they become unstable and if they drop their blood pressure, it might be because they're bleeding from somewhere. And when we don't know where it's coming from, that's quite a scary patient.
Hi, Adrian.
The consultant on shift is Adrian.
It just pops up at 69 systolic.
Hasn't got much of a pulse.
The things that we're actually worried about are chest and abdomen and pelvis.
Okay, let's do a quick CT.
She's neurologically intact with a chest x-ray that looks normal. The pelvic x-ray looks pretty unremarkable. There's nothing obvious.
And she's moving her legs.
We haven't moved them because she's in so much pain.
She has any analgesia.
She had 2.5 of morphine just before we left.
So chest x-ray and pelvic x-ray were okay. Abdominal examination was
unremarkable.
I need to activate code red.
If you call a code red, it basically means that this patient is extremely sick. That patient could be bleeding to death.
With that blood BP, she's not stable at all.
You hit yourself with blame straight away and guilt. I was in the car, I should have stopped it.
What was going through your head?
Worry about her, that she'd be all right, and that I wouldn't lose her.
To recess urgently for the code red, please.
She's possibly
29 minutes ago, 71-year-old Mel arrived in A&E after being run over by her husband whilst helping him park the car.
Can you get the bed ready so that we can start to infuse?
She's going code red and having red blood cells.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mel's blood pressure is critically low, and doctors have put her on standby for an emergency blood transfusion while they assess her injuries.
If you think they're bleeding from somewhere, you start trying to hone down on where that could be coming from. You can bleed into your chest, you can bleed into your abdomen, especially if you've had a car run over your tummy, your spleen, your liver at risk.
Is your husband okay? They look very shocked. She's standing in the driveway. And he rolled over her.
Mel's husband John and their daughter Jane have arrived at the hospital with neighbour Claire.
No, just shaky.
Did you know that she was a woman for you as soon as you met her?
No. Not long afterwards, though. She got a job as a chalet maid at Butlins in Skegness. I got a job as a kitchen porter. She was taken ill with food poisoning. They didn't send her anything to the chalet. So I used to bring her the best piece of salmon or the best piece of chicken or whatever I could find in the big deep freeze. Yes, I was guilty of filching some bits, but she got better in about 5 or 6 days, I think.
Hold your breath.
What do you think attracted Muriel to you?
I'm so good looking. She always used to say, well, you used to have hair like Cliff Richard. Yeah, not now. She was very nice, seemed sensible. I'd always been brought up to be sensible, so I wanted somebody sensible. 49 years married.
Long time.
Not really. It's only a lifetime.
She has got thoracic back pain, so whether it's something, it could be something.
I mean, I can't explain why she's struggling.
Yeah.
Doctors must continue running tests to work out whether Mel is bleeding internally.
If you had to, what would you prefer? An arm as a leg or a leg as an arm?
An arm as a leg.
Why?
Because you can do gripping. You can still walk.
The arms are actually quite long, aren't they?
I've never really compared.
If you include the hands and the fingers, I think they're actually.
Because actually, don't you say that if you go like that, but properly, it's the same as your height?
Oh, what, you do that?
No, across, just like this. Apparently, that's your height.
Really?
Yeah.
They always say that's the penis, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know whether it's accurate.
A cup of tea would be nice, wouldn't it? A nice cup of tea. What do you think?
No, a nice sleep. But I shouldn't go to sleep.
Not yet, you shouldn't. Not until your head's been sewn together.
68-year-old Bonnie has come to A&E after hitting her head on a bedside table.
I was sitting on the bed getting dressed, and Bonnie wanted to lie down for 10 minutes. And they had these night tables, so there were shelves, really, by the side of me, each side of the bed, with very sharp corners on them. So she lay down, and I heard this thud and this scream. She was extremely worried that she might have had a cracked skull. It was a really heavy thump.
I think I have a hard head, but we already know that.
Well, that's a blessing, really, isn't it? In a way. Oh, bullet bonds. She's a trooper, you know. Will not give in. Very stubborn sometimes. She's a performer. She's sung the lead in Carmen. She's sung at the Carnegie Hall. So, you know, you don't let little things like a bang on the head worry you, do you? But I was worried.
I don't have time to be ill.
I wonder how many people in the graveyard have said that. His last words were, they don't pay me to be ill. And then he croaked.
I refuse to croak.
I was divorced. Bonnie's my second wife. My cousin gave me an old computer, and I said, I'm going to go online. I went into a chat room called Life Begins at 40. And there were all sorts of hopefuls in there, you know, looking for another mate. And I saw this lady called Canto Bell, which anyone who has musical knowledge is a corruption of bel canto, okay? Musical term. So I said, canto cantabile to her. And she said, oh, there's a person who knows a bit about music. I'm going to talk to him. So we talked and we talked and we talked. Talked. I ran up a £1,200 phone bill. And so I thought, that's a very unsatisfactory situation. So we decided the best thing to do was to meet.
How is it that we separately bought the same watch?
It's called synchronicity, isn't it? The day before I was due to fly out to meet Bonnie for the first time, my daughter Emma said, "You're not going to marry her, are you, Dad?" I said, "Well, I might." Yeah, she said, "You can't marry, you don't know her, she might be an axe murderer." So I said, "Don't you worry, your daddy's a big boy, he can look after himself."
Maybe I should go to bed with a helmet on my head.
Full body armour, I think.
Hello, A&E visa St George's.
A 4-year-old girl is being rushed to St George's after she injured her neck falling over on a train. The girl's mum is at home with her brother and sister, but Dad is with her in the ambulance.
We had a good day, it was fine, you know, it was just going back on the train. There was sort of a sudden bump. She just went back and fell straight back on the back of her head. She was distressed and crying. She didn't know what was going on. I held up her neck the whole time we were waiting for the ambulance to come.
The younger they are, the head is much bigger than the rest of the body. Think about it as having a bowling ball on a golf pin. That area is where life matters.
Let's make sure that this is tight enough.
Madison, 2 months ago, had a C1, C2 decompression down at Great Ormond Street.
Really, wow.
And she's been back at Great Ormond Street today to have a CT scan to review progress. She has got a plate put in. She fell straight down, hitting the external fixation device, the halo device, causing it to come off her head.
Still, sweetie.
Maddie was born with the bones in her neck fused together.
We was told that she had spinal abnormalities, you know, the bones in her neck. You've got the individual vertebrae, and hers haven't actually properly formed, or they've gone into an odd shape.
2 months ago, Maddie had complex surgery to correct her vertebrae.
It's all right, it's not going to stick
That's
to you.
okay, it's not going to stick to you, sweetie.
To support her head while the neck heals, she was fitted with a metal brace called a halo.
That took all the weight of the impact, really. On the train, I went to pick her up, and that's when I noticed all the pins on her halo was sticking up rather than in her head, and there was blood coming out of the holes.
The halo is supporting the neck to make sure that the bones don't move on top of each other and cause injury to the spinal cord. Even some minor movements can lead to disruption of the cord. You can lose power, you can lose sensation, you can lose bladder and bowel function. You can even become quadriplegic.
Doctors will carry out an urgent CT scan to assess whether Maddie's injuries are life-changing.
Will Daddy help me?
Yeah, Daddy's going to help.
I'll help you like I did today, yeah?
Madison, you had one of these scans today, didn't you?
Yeah.
You're going to do the same again.
Well, we can do it again. I'll be fine. I'm going to be very fine.
Yeah, you're going to be a brave girl. To have it at the age that she's been, it's been quite tough on her mentally and physically. She's always been scared of hospitals. Every time it's like a big journey for us. I'll tell you what, you count to 20 and we'll lower you down, yeah?
Can you get to
1.
20?
Go 1.
No, lie back, sweetie. Don't be scared.
I'll be with you the whole time, yeah?
Daddy going to stand?
Do you want to hold my hand while you lie down? Come on.
Yeah, let's go.
Hold my hand.
Ready? Start counting.
You're going to count 1, 2...
Just
calm down. It's all right, it's all right.
It's all right. 5. It's all right.
6.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Woo, well done.
Where are we?
We're in the Magic Donut. We're going to go in now. Daddy's going to be with you.
I'll be with you all the way, yeah?
Doctors must now await the results of Maddie's CT scan before they can assess the damage to her spine.
I'll try to do an ultrasound quickly.
Doctors have been running tests to find out whether Mel needs a code red emergency blood transfusion.
Sorry, my lovely. I'm sorry.
It's a good strong pulse. She's responsive.
Can't see anything.
I'm Dr. Adrian. Your blood pressure dropped. We're unsure about what might be causing this because there's no bleed or anything like that.
We're still going with code red.
Step down.
Okay. I'll put my hand, put it back in.
Just call the lads as well.
Doctors still don't know what caused Mel's blood pressure to drop, so they will keep her under close observation.
I'm just going to get her family. Hello, sir. Would you like to come through and see her?
Yes.
I think she's quite keen to see you. Okay, so she's lying flat at the moment. She's in a collar, but she's talking to you and she's absolutely fine. All right?
Yeah. We're okay.
Worried about you. I love you.
Don't worry, not really. With premium bonds.
Premium bonds. I'm just mad with myself that I couldn't think quickly enough how to stop the damn thing. Still, make me realise how much I love you and I need you. So come on. Start getting better.
So it's not damaged the car too much?
No.
I'm more
Worry about the bloody
worried
car.
about you. I can get rid of the car, I can't get rid of you.
How did you learn to drive?
Mel taught me. Yeah, Mel taught me how to drive. I passed first time, she only passed second time, but she was a good instructor. She was a junior school reception teacher. She was greatly thought of by the parents and the children and the school. She was far more appreciated than I was as a teacher because she was better at it.
We're lucky in A&E because we get to see people who love one another in loads of different ways. I think it's made me recognise that family is the most important thing. It's not about work, it's not about money, it's about having the love of those people. And I suppose when it comes down to it, that's probably what everyone fights for.
What's up? All right. Yeah. All right. Dropped a lot, hasn't it? Stay calm. Your blood pressure's dropped a bit. Where do you feel it? In your arm.
I need you to just borrow this arm, sweet pea, okay, my lovely?
When you think you've got a stable patient, sometimes it's almost the most difficult time when they become suddenly unstable and it takes you by surprise.
Doctors must stabilise Mel as quickly as possible and work out why her blood pressure keeps dropping critically low.
Keep looking, keep shouting, keep with us. You've got to get better, otherwise I'll never forgive myself.
It's not this gonna hurt.
Well, if you think it's going to hurt, then it's going to hurt.
It's going to hurt before
No, but you have
gonna hold on.
Yeah,
It's
it's
gonna
mind
hurt.
over matter, Trafford. I know giving birth's gonna hurt, but I don't sit there and think about it all day. All right.
It hurts, you know.
I know it hurts, but just stop the screaming, man. Just breathe it off. In through your nose. Babe, trust me.
You're hurting my head. Stop. Stop, babe, please. Stop.
You're gonna have to learn this when I'm in
I know,
labour.
but stop. I can learn that in a baby class.
All right, kid.
Mel was brought to A&E 3 hours ago after being accidentally run over by her husband, John.
Is your pain a bit better, Mel?
Yeah, it's not so bad.
Doctors are stabilising her blood pressure after it dropped critically low for a second time.
I can't work out why it is.
We're not thinking it's a bleed, because there's no bleed there, and there's no external bleed on sites or any lacerations where she's bleeding from.
The CT report, formal one, still isn't back, but the preliminary was pretty normal.
It does seem to go down in the nap again.
Doctors are still waiting for the full results of her CT scan to establish the severity of her internal injuries.
Oh, that's going up. You're moving in the right direction.
You'd be envious of this blood pressure.
You just concentrate on you.
How would you describe your marriage to Mel?
Brilliant. Brilliant. And then when we decided to have children, got better and better. Always been a team together, and that's what it's all about.
He's in complete shock. She's a mess. She'll be in, I mean, she can't leave hospital. All these tablets and everything are at home, but he won't leave her. He won't leave her. He feels so guilty.
8 years ago, I had a stroke in France. The worst thing about being in hospital was the isolation, you know, separated from her. I got this delusion that our car was parked outside the window, but my wife wasn't coming in to see me. I was sure I could hear her talking. I could see the car, but it wasn't her. But for several days, I was screaming and shouting at the nurses, you know, where is she? Why don't she come and see me? And this sort of thing. After the 2 or 3 days, I started being rational, because Mel would come in and say, no, that's not our car. I'm parked the other side down the hill.
You're making some funny shapes on your thing, aren't you? On your chart.
I was to say, it's like the footsie index.
You're all right, you're looking a lot better than you were.
Good.
Oh, you're smiling.
Or grimacing.
Perhaps more of a grimace.
I think the mask makes a difference. It was a bit too Lady Gaga, really.
Put the mask back
I
on.
was going to say, you might prefer me with the mask.
I like you just as you are.
Very proud of you, very brave.
Could I get a treat?
I think you will get a treat, because I was already going to get you a treat for the CT scan at Great Ormond Street, but I think I need to get you another treat.
Yeah, another one.
Yeah.
4-year-old Maddie was brought into A&E 3 hours ago after she fell on a train and dislodged a surgical head brace that was supporting her neck.
Yeah. She's looking after the other two. Yeah, I do all the hospital stuff, so yeah, I've been to all the
Lovely daddy, haven't you?
Yeah.
Maddie and Dad Adam are now waiting for the results of a CT scan to find out whether she has damaged her spine.
It's fun.
So, she said LCT.
No. Got your thumb. We always thought there may be something wrong with her, the head tilt and her neck being like that. And the fact that she couldn't look left to turn her head because of all her bones being fused and locked into one place. If we didn't go ahead with the operation, then the worst case scenario, it would be paralysis.
2 months ago, surgeons at Great Ormond Street Hospital rebuilt Maddie's neck using a metal plate.
On the day of the operation, she was down for about 5-6 hours. So it's not nice, you know, just leaving your child. It's one of those things where you go, you're almost like saying goodbye. I just saw her lying there with this frame on with pins hanging out of her head. She woke up instantly, like a flash of light, and she was fighting. She didn't really know what was going on, and she was screaming most of the time. The hardest thing I've ever had to deal with in my life. I mean, we can't, you know, get close to each other. When you say goodnight to her, you know, you've got to sort of duck in, you know, behind the bars. I've caught her sort of lying down, face flat on the floor in her bedroom, not doing anything. I think maybe because of the stress of wearing it. You just try and keep strong and look after her.
Daddy, why was you upset in the train for?
Oh, I was just upset that you got hurt.
Why?
Well, because I care about you.
You care about me?
Yeah.
Why?
What do you mean, why? Because I'm your dad.
I'm not the most girly of girls, and I think that's probably because I spent every other weekend with my dad when I was growing up, and I was treated like a boy. I got a rugby ball and a multi-way tool in my stocking for Christmas every year, which is fine. I can now use a multi-way tool. My dad kept me on the straight and narrow, and I can handle most things that get thrown at me. I wouldn't have had the adventures I'd have had in my life without him pushing me to do them.
Daddy,
Yeah?
I don't want to stay forever.
No, we won't stay here forever.
Look at me.
Look at you. Tell me why.
Bonnie and Andrew are waiting for a nurse to assess an injury to Bonnie's head.
Tell me why you cry.
What is that?
You lie to me.
Can you remember the first time you laid eyes on Bonnie?
Yes, I can. At Washington, D.C. Dulles Airport. We had been talking for 6 months. She recognised me, came bouncing towards me. I thought, that's my Bon. I went over in May '98, and we got married on June the 4th, that same year. And that was 18 years ago. So we must have done something right, mustn't we? I'm dying for a drink. A pint of Guinness will do fine.
That could be okay if you have an idea of how many other carbohydrates you had today.
If there was one thing about you that Bonnie could change, what do you think she would change?
My shape, probably. Today, I had bacon and egg for breakfast.
You had toast.
Oh, I didn't have any toast.
You didn't?
I had one of those French things.
A croissant is bread.
100 calories.
No, sorry, much more.
She put me onto a more abstemious path, shall we say. And I'm eternally grateful. She was the one who persuaded me to go to the doctor, and sure enough, I was diabetic. I'd been diabetic probably for 5 years. For lunch, I had a Whopper, big Whopper.
So you've had 5 servings of carbohydrate already today. That's a lot for a man who's trying to lose weight in order to be able to qualify for getting 2 new knees.
I have bad arthritis, osteoarthritis in both knees. Playing rugby till I was 38. Not a sensible move. If I don't have it done soon, I won't be able to walk at all. And then I'll be in a wheelchair permanently. And I don't want that. So now I'm goody two-shoes.
Young man coming with you?
Yes, he's my young man.
You're a young man.
I've got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
I don't want you to break
No,
yourself.
I've got it, don't worry.
I'm Claire, I'm one of the nurse practitioners. Hiya.
I have a hole in my head.
Oh dear. Have a seat. Any medical problems?
Me?
Just tell me if it hurts directly where I press. Yeah, you're giving yourself a little whiplash.
Getting married again. It was a turning point in my life.
It's tiny.
It taught me that It's important to have someone in your life who has your best interests at heart, because it encourages you to have their best interests in your heart.
I don't think it will make an iota of difference if I put glue on it or not.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's a little bit stingy, probably. By next week, that'll have completely healed.
So she's not going to glue your hair after all?
No, after all. Goodness.
My goodness, my Guinness.
No.
Just need to take the fun out of a pint of Guinness.
Do you like some jelly?
Banana. Banana?
I'm gonna eat that first.
What one do you want to eat first?
That.
The jelly?
Jelly? Oh, we've got strawberry yoghurt.
Is it gluten-free?
The yoghurt is, yeah. I think the jelly is too.
Funny enough.
My mum was a single mum. She looked after me and my sister. Dad and my mum split up when I was about 6 years old. It was difficult, you know, seeing other couples and parents having loads of fun. It's almost like being robbed of part of your life. I just got used to the fact that I've only got my mum and this is my life, so I just sort of carried on with it. I'm really proud of my mum. I mean, even with 2 kids, she was still doing, you know, part-time work, and she worked really hard, you know, to bring us up.
Oh, Daddy, when you snuggle with me in this bed?
Want me to snuggle with you?
Yeah.
Maybe there's not enough room.
There is.
My dad had a blood disorder, but never really seemed ill. He was still going to work, going to the rugby, going to the pub, and he went in for a procedure that we'd expected him to be away for a couple of weeks. I finished night shifts from the ED and I went to go and pick him up. He was supposed to be coming home that weekend, and I walked into his room and I've never seen someone sicker. It's terrible when you see someone and you wish you didn't have the knowledge that you did. Because I think as soon as I saw him, I knew what was going to happen. He died about 12 hours later. I never imagined anything like that could affect everything in your life so much, which sounds quite naive. It affected me at work so much. I lost my confidence in everything I did. Probably still haven't got back to how I was.
Daddy, what's on that computer?
The X-ray?
X-ray?
Yeah.
Are they one of my pictures?
Doctors now have the full results of Maddie's CT scan.
Hello, hi. The scan is negative for any serious problem, okay? So there's no sign of any bleed in your brain, any problem with your spine, okay? I mean, if anything, she'll stay overnight here, and then if they need to see her tomorrow, they see her tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We're going to take all of this off now.
Yeah.
But what we want to do is see if you can try this collar on for me.
I will.
Keep your head still.
Now, if Daddy comes and stands at the end, will you look right at Daddy the whole time?
Will.
Right at Daddy. Way! Keep looking at Daddy. And I'm going to take your towel off. Stay nice and still, looking at Daddy. Lift this arm up in the air. Well done. That's perfect.
That's good.
That's good? Do we like it?
Yeah, it's comfort.
I've always wanted to have children and be a dad because I've always wanted to be, you know, the father that I never had.
Yeah, can I wear all my pretty dresses now?
I think so, if we can get him over that collar.
Doctors are still concerned that the metal plate holding Maddie's neck together may have shifted slightly during the fall. Surgeons from Great Ormond Street will now review the scans to decide whether Maddie needs another operation.
Oh, wow, you look so beautiful. Kiss. Can I get a kiss?
I was lucky to have 26 years with a great dad. So I think that there's nothing, I can't not be grateful for that.
It's just love. You give me a big cuddle.
That's good.
You can give me big cuddles now.
Yay!
Yeah.
Come on then, Maddie, let's go.
I could hear that chap shouting at you saying, put the bloody handbrake on.
No, they want one.
No.
What's up?
Oh, it's just moving.
And where is it?
The middle of my back.
Doctors have now received the full results of Mel's CT scan. The scan suggests she may have fractured a bone in her spine.
Okay, so you just relax, okay? And you're not going to fall because there's a bar. Right, ready, steady, roll.
Mel, do you feel any pain in here?
Oh, where's that hurting?
It is sore around the back of my ribs, right-hand side, under my shoulder.
Just here?
Ah!
Okay, so that's about tonight.
If someone has a spinal fracture, we have to be really cautious to make sure that we don't make things worse. The risk would be to your legs and to the function of your legs, and that has such significant impact on the life of a patient.
Preliminary scan reports have come back. There's a fracture of one of the vertebrae in his spine, but the radiologist, who's the image doctor, isn't sure if that's something that's happened today and it's new or whether that's an old problem. She is okay at the moment, all right?
It's true, though. It makes you realise how much she means to us.
The CT scan, yes, it is showing a fracture of your spine. So that might be explain why you're so uncomfortable. The neck is fine, but there's no obvious signs of any bleed in your tummy, or brain, or your chest. They couldn't even find a rib injury or anything like that. That's good. Kidneys are fine, liver is fine, the pelvis is fine. You've got quite a bit of soft tissue injuries of your arms and legs, so we need to send you for x-rays of those.
Okay.
Mel will now be moved to a ward so doctors can carry out a full assessment of the injuries to her back, arms and legs.
If anything happened to her, I wouldn't last long. You could take the house, the car, the rest. I'd sooner have Mel. And I think we both made the right decision when we first got together. We judged one another for the right reasons rather than the wrong reasons.
What are the wrong reasons?
The wrong reasons, sex. It's not the be-all and end-all that people make out it is.
Thank you. Not sure you're welcome. Right.
Glamour, of no consequence whatsoever. Good, stable qualities are what's needed. Honesty, integrity, ability to give and take. And, well, with Mel, certainly a general all-round kindness and loving nature. She ain't got a bad word to speak for anybody. And rightly so.
What is it?
Press the button on the bottom. And then you go like that, look.
Woo!
Nice one.
Just make sure you point it that way.
Wow. I was very brave.
Is it hard to be brave?
No.
starts school in September. I'm sort of really looking forward to that. She can meet new friends and just being a normal child now.
What kind of things have you most enjoyed being able to do again?
Oh, getting outside, getting into the garden.
The ironing.
Not doing very much.
Have you forgiven John?
There was nothing to forgive. I was trying to be helpful. He was concentrating on his manoeuvring. We don't know how it happened, but it did.
Has it taught you anything?
Yeah. How important the old girl is.
Yes, he didn't like the ironing. We've got through it and come out good the other side.
Yeah. We're still as strong as ever.
Absolutely.
We're getting married in the morning.
No, we're not.
Hello, Centre Zaini.
Activate the helipad response team.
He's a motorcyclist. He was found to be in traumatic cardiac arrest.
Traumas where the heart has actually stopped are very, very rare. When you do see one, you know that this is the absolute worst you can get.
So we're going to elevators are carried red.
Police officer basically said, we'll take you up to the hospital. They're getting us up there as quick as possible, really, just to say goodbye to Mark.
Mm.